Baby. Okay, who can even believe we're mid-month. Yesterday was July 4th. Now it's July 15th. Now we are, I guess, what we would call in the middle of summer. And I have to say, the movement on our team, the movement in you, the energy I'm feeling from you gals, and even on our team calls, it is actually our most what I would say in my 9 years here on our team, the most energized and focused I have seen people, and most like choosing to show up. Summer is wacko. There's vacations, there's changes of schedules, there's pools and beaches and day trips, and just our homes, keepers of the homes. Hello. There's a lot on our plate. So, way to go, way to be here. Those of you who are here, I know it's because you are looking to build something strong in the fall and winter. You know that the 90-day rule is for real. Either you've lived it or you're trusting the process. So, what we're talking about today is a little more about Icon because, man, Icon Club is a thing, is a big thing right now. It's a huge shift in our company in the way that they're training us, in the way that they're pouring into us, in the way that we are going to coach and train on our team. There's a thing across network marketing. Most of you guys know it's called core rank. It's that rank that we believe the majority of the population can get to. In Plexus and in most of this industry, it would be something comparable to senior silver, 10 people in your downline. And I'm going to first address something that I think is in the room. I think it's in every room in Plexus right now. And it really came up when I was on a Jewel call recently where we were being trained. It was emerald, sapphires, diamonds, and everybody was admitting in the chat how they were feeling about becoming an Icon Club member. And it was so encouraging. I wish that you all could have seen. I think you would have been greatly encouraged. Basically, we all realize that while the whole concept of becoming an icon, while it is exciting and belief building for all of us and helps like it, we know already it's helping to keep us focused and in action during what can be a very unfocused summer. Let's face it right now. Face it, let's face the facts. Adding 10 level ones and helping two of those level ones add 10 level ones and go senior silver is a huge, huge feat for all of us, me included. I mean, I was on a call with some top diamonds and they were like, oh boy, whoa, right? You guys, some of us here on our team have never done that before. Right? Some of us have done that before, but maybe it's been a while since we've done it, right? Some of us have done it, but it didn't take 2 months or 5 months or 6 months. It took a year or two. So we've got to face that and see it for what it is. To me, that helps with a little bit of this unknown fear factor zone that some of us might be hiding kind of in the back of our brains, right? I'm a big fan of like facing it, right? So be very aware right now that your past experiences in this business with recruiting with making silvers definitely will have a tendency to tempt you to either be encouraged or discouraged on any given day on this road to earning Icon Club because our past experiences tend to shape some of our current belief and our current actions, right? As well as our future successes. So this is both a blessing and a curse. I have two things quickly. Number one, we must stop and reflect on our past and face it instead of being like, oh, I'm going to block out my past because I'm too ashamed that I can't make silvers. I can't recruit. I'm a low recruiter. I can't. I'm so embarrassed of my past here. Number one, right? Stop. We must stop though and face it and reflect. And number two, we must change our current mindset and action. That's going to be a decision if we really want to create something different in the future. We all have to do that, me included. You guys, it's been a long time since I've added 10 level ones within a 3-month period and made 2 senior silvers, let alone 2 silvers, for heaven's sakes. Okay, so I'm bringing you into my process because we are no different than one another. Okay, so number one, we must stop and reflect. We must decide to learn from the past. Our failure is always best used as a stepping stone, not a reason to quit. Failing means you've been in action, good for you, and that you are still figuring it out. Do you know how many silvers I've made that just they're done, they're gone, they lose their 3 people, and they're out the door? They said they were going to be diamonds. I need to count them up, okay? You're not alone. Number two, we must change our current mindset and action. It's a decision right now if you want to create something different. This takes intention, and mark my words, it takes courage. Take some courage. You're going to have to like kind of get ready to kind of, whoa, slap yourself in the face with a nice little, hey girl, whoa, what I've been doing, BK, in the mirror, right? We're talking to the Lord. Whoa, what I've been doing isn't working as good as I thought it would, or isn't going to work to get me to Icon Club by the end of August, that deadline, or by the end of this year. Or even if I keep doing what I'm doing, I don't think it's going to help me get there in 2026. So this is a moment in time. And I truly believe there are those one moments in time where a decision is made. That's why we're going to talk about the power of one. Those one moments, that one moment that Ali Bashand said yes to my event in Facebook so many years ago. That one moment, dare I say, changed the trajectory of her family's future. Okay, so let's humble ourselves and choose to trust this new process. And it's time to choose to believe that you can strengthen your skill of recruiting and duplicating in 2025. Okay, this is decision-making time. Okay, we have 2 deadlines I've got to bring up to you guys. I know with some personalities it stresses you out. Whew, deadlines, oh no. For some personalities here, it fires you up and you're like, I need that to keep me on track. For some, you might feel totally differently about it. The fact of the matter is, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who wants to make an income from home, deadlines are a part of life, okay? So we can't walk around being afraid to make goals and making deadlines for ourselves. Sometimes the very best decision we can do is make a decision and just go for it. If you are in a decision paralyzation mode, whether it be in your posting, in your messaging, and even deciding if you want to go towards Icon Club or not, all I know is that you're never going to give your brain a chance to go into this creative problem solving zone. And I know many of us have experienced month end when we're going for a rank or we're helping a team member go for a rank. All of a sudden, our brains are like, try this, say this, go to this person. And all of a sudden, we get it. Like things start clicking. So, first deadline we have to look at, like, be open right now, right? Deadline one is earn 800 credits toward the Cancun cruise trip by becoming an icon by the end of August. You guys, that's like 6 weeks away. This is a massive feat. And it's not one of those organic things you can kind of sort of do. I believe it is 100% possible for every single person here on this team. If you have decided to run for this, you are going to need to sprint. And you're going to need to do some things that you may never have done before, like some high volume messaging, like we're doing on Eric Worre's calls, that challenge. I love that he was like, I'm giving you a week. You guys, I know women who put out 70 to 100 messages a day. If they can do that with 7 kids, right? We can do 20 a day for 5 days. These are relational messages, right? You are going to need to be open to phone calls, to showing your face in stories every day, to talking about the business opportunity, learning to talk about money on social multiple times a week. So you can do this, period. I can do this, period. And I'm going to step out and say, I do know that many of us would feel some regret if we didn't just go for it and aim to see what we can get done by the end of August. I believe that with that hope and energy, you're going to come across differently in your voice messages. I mean, on Zooms, in your stories, in your messaging, you just are. That coffee date that you've been putting off with that gal from church that you're like, she would make such an amazing diamond. I can tell. Like, you're going to make it for tomorrow. You're going to be like, never mind. How about tonight? Right? Our brains go, now, let's do it. Deadline number 2 is become a founding Icon member by earning Icon Club by the end of December this year. And I think we're all tempted to be like, just that's a good one. Let's just work on that. But I don't know about you. When I think that, I kind of like my brain literally right now slows down to this it's nice. Oh, it is. Comfortable pace. I'm walking, strolling through the woods, and I'm like, yes, this is a beautiful day. The birds are tweeting. I'll get to a couple messages later, check those 3 off my list. I might post tonight. Do you feel that right now with me? I do. I do. You guys, becoming a founding Icon member by the end of the year, I'm going to say it, it is a huge, massive feat. I am looking in the mirror going, can I? Can I? Can I do this by the end of December? So you are not alone here. If you're at all thinking those things and feeling those feelings, join the party over here, okay? Can I mention something really cool about this deadline? It does give you time. Okay, that is wonderful. Time to grow your skill set, time to figure out your family schedule, all those things. But you guys, you get free convention tickets, free Super Saturday tickets. Don't forget free shipping over $150. Your every order for the rest of 2025 and 2026. What a gift to give your husband, your spouse, to be like, boom, baby, I got his free shipping. Just that is incredible. But think about the momentum on your team when that happens. Those 2 senior silvers are going to look at you and go, oh, she did it. Now she can help me do it. I just added 10 people. Now I want to help 2 people do this. And you got arms linked with just a couple of people that could do big things. Remember, you need 3 to 5 leaders to be a jewel in this company. 3 to 5. Mark my words, this little path, this Icon Club path is not just about a founding member prize or even like earning like 3/4 of the Cancun trip by the end of August. But I mean, isn't that insanely amazing? This is about you creating, developing people under you to be leaders. Leaders help other people succeed. Leaders don't just recruit themselves, they help other people recruit. Leaders help other people learn customer care. Leaders help other people earn income that can change their families' lives. Do you want to be a leader? If so, I highly recommend, I'm going to say, go for deadline number 1. Do something crazy. Sit down with your spouse and be like, I want this amount of time every day or this weekend chunk, and decide with an upline the kind of actions that you're going to follow through with. Okay, so if you are going for it on August 31st, I really need you to message me. I am going for it. I've brought on 6 people of my own so far, which is a very big deal for me this season, you guys. It's a very big deal. for me. And Lou is a couple away from senior silver. And then I have two people who are really interested in the opportunity. And I'm trying to like, come on, let's go now. Right. So there's like this, I gotta get them in now. They're like thinking. And so I'm going for it. Does it mean I'll hit it? Not necessarily. I'm completely aware of that. But I am working like I can indeed hit it and will indeed hit it. Does that make sense? Now, there are many, many newbies who will be earning this by the end of August because they're hungry, because they are so excited that it's coming through on their social and with their close friends, and they're learning to talk about the business a lot sooner than maybe a lot of us have. It's time. So if you want this, we're going to have to change our schedules a little bit so we can be freed up for focused, intentional work. And you're going to have to put yourself, this is huge, please don't miss this. Me too. We have to put ourselves around people who are just as fired up as we are. This is the secret combo for success. The last one is something that most people do not take seriously. If you are in a dead chat or in a group where people are not goal setting and they are just like they're more they're hobbyists. We welcome hobbyists onto our teams. We're like, sometimes people want to make a couple $100s a month and they're not ready to devote extra time to something like this, okay? But if that's who you're spending most of your time with, your energy will be zapped and your goals will go out the window and your dreams will poof. You'll be like, those are too big. Those are too big. So obviously, if you are a leader of a chat like that, it's going to be even more important that you have sidelines or an upline that you are running hard with so you can actually stay in the game and inspire your downline with what you are doing, what you've decided to do, what you're going to do, how close you come to hitting that in August or hitting it in August or hitting it in December, baby. Okay. None of that work is going to go to waste. So you want to stay in the game, you want to inspire your downline and pioneer the way for them. Hi, that's that has become a bigger why of mine. It's financial for sure. It's to take the next step, but I am here to really pioneer and show the way forward with you. There's nothing special about me. I work to be consistent. I work to have vision, and I'm working harder to learn how to share the opportunity as I go. Okay. Okay. So again, you guys, earning this by the end of the year is a massive, massive feat. We must look at this realistically. Some will take until December. Some will take until 2026. Let's normalize the journey here, the room at the table for all of us. Okay. We all have different time management skills. We all have different family things going on right now. Some are going to be having babies, some have newborns, some have toddlers. We all have different levels of hunger driving us and motivating us to stay focused and intentional. So I just want to say right now, if you're going for Icon in in August or in December, or hey, in September, I am so proud of you for making that decision. It is very courageous to make the decision. Okay. Um, the skills learned, this is why Icon. Again, is it for the free shipping? Yay! Is it for the free tickets? Yay! Is it to be a founding Icon member that they'll never extend past 2025? Yay! But what it is these are the skills needed. What you need to know and learn to grow a team, see others succeed, grow their paychecks, and grow your own income for your family's future. This is where the rubber meets the road. It really is Icon. Okay. Okay. So this is how we are going to take some bold steps towards these deadlines. But first, put in the comments if you're making a decision right now. And I'll also ask in the team chat, like, any decisions made on today's call that you're going for Icon by August 31st, or you're going for Icon, right, at the end of December. Hi, Summer. So good to see you, girl.
Hey.
I know Summer didn't know she was going to be able to make it on here. And now I feel like you might be a little bit confused with the whole icon thing, but Gabby and I will fill you in. Being an icon member is adding 10 level ones and then helping two of those people add 10 level ones. It is
Okay.
a massive feat. It's massive. And
Yeah.
so we're talking about that we have to be realistic about how we go about doing this. So I'm going to this next part and I think you'll like it. I'm going to mute you. It's so good to see you. Okay. It's the power of one. This is how we're going to take some bold steps forward towards our deadlines. Although I really want to see in the chat and see if anybody put any. Is my chat's not showing up? Oh, yes, it is. Oh, okay. Okay, Jennifer White, decisions are made here. Icon by the end of August. Liz, aiming for August 31st. Yes, ma'am. And yes, Marlisa, help your current customers achieve senior silver. Yes, that includes your level ones who are already silver right now. Is that not so generous of Plexus? You go to anybody in your downline who's ever added one, even if they've gone silver and lost them all, you go back to them and let's get them restarted. Cast the vision, say, let's go. We're on a different track. Let's go, right? Just message a happy level one about this. I love that, Allie. Yes, Brian says yes because she's answering more Lisa. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go. Power of one. This hit me really hard on a call I had last week with Jules and Diamonds. Okay. And they were talking about the power of reaching out to the next person. Stop thinking about the massive team you need to build and those 10 people, and then those other 20 people that are going to be joining your team before August or before December, and start thinking about one. We're going to start with you. You are one person. Do you believe you can have a huge impact on tens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of lives around you? Do you believe God could use you like that? Because when I decided to go diamond, my second month in Plexus, I was like, I think I can have a huge impact on thousands of people because of this industry, because of this company, because of these products, because of the comp plan. If you don't believe this yet, it's time you start believing this and pouring more into that belief. And that could mean more trainings, more coaching time, consistency, so you can see some of the fruit of your daily work. Next, I want you to stop thinking about all the people watching your stories and seeing your posts that have not joined you yet. I want you to think of one person. All we're looking for is the next person. This is one person at a time. It's like when you're going to have a baby and you're freaked out about having your first baby. I remember I was like, oh my goodness, my first baby. What am I going to do? And then Reba Sanborn was like my Bradley coach for baby number two, baby number three. I can never remember. She always has to correct me. Prego brain, I guess. Three. Okay. But like, I mean, some people do have twins, but in this industry, it's one baby at a time, right? And it is a labor and delivery baby. But every time you do it, you get a little more of a sense of what things are going to look like, right? In your home birth or in the labor and delivery room at the hospital. You're looking for the next person. Let your brain bite into the next one person that God has to join you. Write in the chat the first name of someone you would love to join you today in the business. It could be a current VIP customer or someone who hasn't signed up with you yet. And don't assume anything. Don't be like, they couldn't afford it, or they're too busy, or they already make six figures. I want you to just write one person. We're just people, people's names. This is a people business. We're here to talk to people, serve the people. Ooh, Morgan B. Danica. Lord bless these people. Rachel. Yes. Nani or Nanny. Michelle. Katerina. And Lord, we do pray right now you would bless these people out there. Lord, if this would be a solution for them in their health or in their business, we pray that you would have them join us in due season. Help us to know how to speak to them, how to talk to them, what questions to ask. Help us to really know how to serve them and their families in this season, Lord. And we trust you in that. Oh my goodness, look at all these. Elizabeth, Aaron, Melissa, Jeanette. Okay, Jennifer White didn't have one. I'm like, no, only one. Okay, yes, bring it. Here we go. My sister would be a natural. Catherine, that's amazing. Sometimes it can take quite a while for sisters to join, I hear. It's like Trisha Rigger's sister who just went Emerald. Trisha's been doing this for 9 or 10 years, you guys. Hello. Jordan, Amanda B, Mara, Kateri, Kateri. I'm botching her name. Sorry. Cassie, Louise, my new Instagram friend. Kaylin for Kayla. Boom, sorry. Jen's like, sorry, I have so many potentials I want to work with. I like that. Reba, Megan, sweet. A new Instagram friend who is super consistent in stories. Another Michelle. Allie, your mama, for heaven's sakes. I know, that's right. Cuttery. Okay. Cuttery. My brain will try. Okay. My sister-in-law. Another sister-in-law, Casey says. Okay. One person at a time. You guys, this business is really about one decision at a time, one relationship, one meeting, just one meeting, one encounter. I walk into a salon, I meet Allie. One moment, I decide in the chair with my head in foils, I'm going to do the weirdest thing. I'm going to go talk to her with my head in the foils and the cape and sweat dripping down my back. Totally. You guys, one thought here right now can change everything. Renewing your mind in God's word for what in one morning can change the way you look at your husband for the rest of the day, how you move forward in forgiveness towards him, how you choose to love him, how you see the women at church and you go, oh, Lord, help me to know how to serve them. Your brain opens just look for one person at the grocery store to say hello to and bless. One message challenge, like the one we're doing with Eric Worre right now. By the way, if you're just like, I can't do 100, I can't do 100, I can't do 100, send one. Send one. And I will be so proud of you because it really does start with one. Sometimes it's one podcast, one chapter in a book, one page in a book that you are literally like one decision, sometimes one person from a completely different life. Talking about the power of one. Okay. And yes, you guys, to get to the completely different life, you must be open to putting yourself in a place of rejection over and over and over again. Over and over and over again to find the yes. In convention, not this year, last year, there was a picture of a whole arena filled with those red solo cups, and they were all turned upside down. And underneath, a couple of them were hiding like a diamond, a diamond, a diamond. Those are your leaders. So, what we're doing right now is we're going into the arena and we're like, time to turn over some cups. I think I'm going to turn over 100 this week, you know? But I got to start with one. Some of us find our diamonds under the cup, like Chelsea Fanchi. She found a couple, in my downline. She's like, oh, there's Liz Growl diamond. Okay, whoop, there's Alicia, right? Like, whoop, there's another. So everyone's journey is going to be so different, but don't stop. One boop at a time, right? So what hope, what resilience? This is vision. This is what leaders have. You can see it. You see the arena, you see your downline, you see their giftings. I'm looking at your faces right now and I'm like, I believe for them that there are diamonds underneath those cups. To know you have something precious to offer and that next one person, that next one encounter, that next one relationship, you guys could be your next builder, your next leader, one of your next closest life friends. And I want to make mention of this too. There are some on our team and in this business that you will find won't want to take part in things like Eric Worre's trainings or messaging challenges and so forth. We will have all types of people from all types of backgrounds joining us, and they have the freedom to choose how they want to work, when they want to work, at the intensity they want to work. But I'm going to quickly share what happened to me in my messaging challenge in it must have been 2017. Okay. At the beginning of my business in 2016, I was very hesitant to ever send out bulk messages of any sort, even just relational ones. I'm not talking about cold messaging about Plexus. Relational. It felt odd and impersonal. And looking back, I realize now I didn't understand the heart of it entirely and practically what could come from this. I knew that those who had built fast and strong did activities like this on a more regular basis, but somehow I was super stubborn to trying it. However, check out what happened. I went Ruby in 8 months and I was super hungry for Emerald. And because we were still living super paycheck to paycheck. I was like setting aside money to be able to go to leaders retreat and convention, right? And like have a little bit of money for Christmas for our family. I mean, oh my goodness, so many things happened like with our cars and our house that year that like my paycheck was like, bye bye. Soon after, it was December and there was a challenge with Sidelines. And um, I actually came up with the name, and it's so stupid, but we called it the EEC challenge, like EEC. And it was Extraordinary Effort to Connect, EEC. We challenge ourselves to send out 10 simple relational messages every day for 30 days for the entire month of December. And I was like, no problem. You guys, it was exhausting. It was so much more difficult than I thought it would be. And I brought in some of our team, but there weren't a lot of our team that wanted to take part of it. Some pittered out halfway through, some aimed for 3 messages a day, but we all pretty much did something. Can I tell you, it was like I just said, one of the most difficult things I ever did in my business. I think it's because it was December and 10 relational messages don't seem like a lot, but I made them personal, and that's a lot of emotional mental work. I almost gave up numerous times because I was ghosted by way more than I thought I would be ghosted. And the slew amount of follow-up messages kind of felt out of control to me because then people were like, oh, this and this and this. How are you? And I'm like, oh no, how am I going to catch up with these 150 people now? So lots of time catching up with old friends, talking about homeschooling, gosh, theology, like our story, like why we had changed churches, military, weather, health, vacations, like chances to pray for people. It was a lot. You guys, during those 30 days, bringing up Plexus was not easy for me to do. I hadn't practiced the skill enough to be able to like transition very well into conversations. So while I added a handful of level ones and was thrilled about that, because like summers and Decembers, right? There's a tendency for people to be more distracted and harder to bring on, harder to close. I was so frustrated because I didn't know what would come out of all of these non-Plexus messages. Guess what happened the next year? I hit Emerald. When I look at the timeline and I look at my own personal recruiting after that challenge that I did, the number of silvers I made, the amount of conversations I was in daily, the couple of particular business builders I brought on during that time that I was in contact with, that's what helped build my momentum to hit Emerald. I needed to hit that 1,500 points, and our team did it. You guys, that one challenge that I did, in fact, with much complaining and like literally hold up in my room every day, was worth it. One of the biggest things I ever did for my business. All of those people in my inbox saw my regular posts. This is before stories. Many of those people ended up sharing health challenges with me because they were already in conversation with me, right? And I was able to send out a taste test. This is before active, it's before hydrate. And I couldn't afford to send out multiple samples. One taste test. Here's your pink drink. It usually comes with two other products, but this is just to see if you could imagine yourself drinking it every day. I sent out like 20, maybe 25. I have pictures of our kids helping me like write down the addresses on the little packages. I think some of you might remember that. But anyway, you guys, our recruiting went up on our team over that next 6 months. And I truly believe it was in direct relation to those who'd been sending out daily messaging. Our habits changed. We had more conversations with people. Our love for people grew. We looked out how to serve people in both wellness and in finances. So, one person, one challenge, like Eric Worre's challenge, your next one message, one event, like Allie's little skin event she just had. She had one person get on the skin health products. That is huge. And somebody come back. And she had a VIP, a happy VIP customer there that ended up being third party validation for her, who also we know would make an incredible business builder. So do the next right thing. We're ending here. Do the next right thing, like Elizabeth Elliot says, one of my most favorite quotes. When you feel overwhelmed, sometimes I get off these calls after me talking. I'm like, what am I going to do now? What's the next right thing? And I'm like, oh, move it over to YouTube. And then after that, I'm like, next right thing, I eat lunch. And next right thing, right? I look at my to-do list and I get into messaging. So you're looking for 3 to 5 leaders long term. Some of us will find those in a month, some of those in a year, some of those in 5 years. Maybe some of you, it will take 7 or 8 years. Maybe it will take me another few years for my next leaders. Is it worth it to you? Are you willing to stick it out? Read the book Build to Last by Keith Callahan if you're open to start thinking in a different way, not just products, but by developing leaders with you. I feel like I could read that over and over again. In fact, I'm overdue. If you feel like you're stuck on just sharing the products, if you wonder why you feel like you're a hamster on a wheel and all alone and seem to lack an understanding of residual income and like the point of network marketing, it's time to go back to Power of One. What's the next one event you can do? Do you need to offer an event chat to a customer? Do you need to go to coffee with that one person? Do you and your team need to put on a Zoom event and go live in Guts and Grace community? Oh my goodness, we used to do those monthly. I miss them so much. And actually, that's when my team was in the biggest amount of momentum. And I think because we were all so inspired and filled with belief, hearing one another's stories continually, it was huge. Or maybe you need to think about that one person you're going to speak to when you get on stories and you're talking to the camera about the type of person you are looking to work with. It's the power of one. Each one of you got it. We have one great God who can renew us every single morning. I want to make mention of this. You know how it says, God's mercy is new every morning. You guys, it's enough for the day. It's enough for the whole day. The next morning, it's time to go get renewed in your mind all over again, to remember those mercies that are going to be sufficient, more than sufficient, that grace will be sufficient for each one of us in this business, in our homes. God bless your marriages today, you guys. God bless your parenting and your families and your children, your health. It's a treasure to still have you here, some of you for so many years. And I just think it's going to be an absolute honor to continue to march forward, linking up, bearing the burden together. Okay. Let's go love on that next one person. I would encourage you when you get off this call, message one person about the business. Just one. And then I don't know, you might want to get on stories with that like excitement that you have, if you have any of that in you, and be like, I just messaged somebody about this opportunity because I couldn't stop thinking about them. And because I feel like they have these qualities. So if you ever get a message from me, just know it's because I love you and I think you'd be amazing at this. You guys just go for it. Get it all out there. Bye, Rayma. Bye-bye, Rayma. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us. Okay, chat soon. God bless you all. Do the next right thing. Power of one. Let's go. Bye. That awkward. I'm like looking for the end button. Do you want to stay and talk, Ellie? Because we can.